Good afternoon, this is Nicholas from Gandor Gaming, and we have some brand new Yu-Gi-Oh cards to discuss with you all today. First things first, yesterday we got some new Bandit Keith cards, and we got some new Union cards and other cool new cards revealed today. So I didn't make a video on the Bandit Keith cards, so let's go over them first, and then I'll go over to the new cards that got revealed last night. So first things first, for the new Bandit Keith cards, you have Red Eyes Black Full Metal Dragon. This is a new level 8 Dark Machine special summon effect monster, 3400 attack, 2400 defense, can't be normal summon / set, must be set summoned with exchange metamorph by activated by attributing a level 5 or higher dragon monster. You can only use the first and second effect of this card once a turn. You reveal this card in your hand, set one metamorph trap directly from the deck, and if you do, shuffle this card back into the deck. When your opponent activates a card or effect, quick effect, you can negate the activation, then inflict damage to them equal to the original attack of one of those monsters. Interesting burn card. I didn't think Bandit Keith would go the burn route, but it seems pretty cool. Let's see. We have another Metazilla X. This is a level 8 Dark Machine special summon effect monster, 3000 attack, 2300 defense, can't be normal summon / set, must be set summoned with exchange to the metamorph by attributing a level 5 or higher fiend monster. You can only activate the first effect of this card once a turn. Reveal this card in your hand, set one metamorph trap ready from the deck. If you shuffle this card back in the deck, looks like they both share that effect. And then after twice a turn, when your opponent activates a spell effect or a monster effect, quick effect, target one monster your opponent controls, destroy it. So this card can twice per turn pop 2 cards when a spell or trap when a spell is activated, and the other one negates a monster effect and it inflicts damage equal to the attack of one original monster. So one's a monster negate and the other one's a double pop, but it requires your opponent to activate spells and traps into it. Both these monsters are very reactionary, but they seem pretty decent. Next we have Demon Beast Devil Zola. It's a Fiend Zola. It's a level 7 Dark Fiend effect monster, 2600 attack, 1900 defense. You only use the second and third effect of this card once a turn. If your opponent controls monsters, you can normal summon this card without attributing. If this card is in your hand, you can special summon this card in defense position. Then if you do not have a hand exchange metamorph in your graveyard, your opponent can special summon one monster from their hand, and then during the main phase, you can set one metamorph trap directly from the deck. Okay, so they all have this whole setting metamorph traps. I guess metamorph trap is the whole gimmick behind this deck. Without that trap, you're just going to lose. Interesting card. I like that it can just... I will say this. It discards your hand special in defense position. Okay, so it can either be special in defense position, or you can normal summon it if your opponent controls a monster. Okay, so either way it cheats itself out. Even though it's a 2700, it's not too bad because it can actually just normal summon it. Okay, next we have Metal Illusion. This is a level 1 light spellcaster effect monster, 0 attack, 0 defense. You can only use the first and third effect of this card once a turn. And this card is normal summon or special summon. You can set one metamorph trap directly from the deck. Then, if you exchange metamorph and grave, draw one. And this card's level increases by 4 during your opponent's turn. You can declare one monster type. This card becomes that type until the end of the opponent's turn. So, I guess the idea is that this can become the type you need. So, it looks like your two boss monsters are the Metal Devil Zola, which is the machine, and your new Red Eyes Full Metal Dragon. Those are your boss monsters for this deck. And the idea is that you need to tribute either a dragon that's level 5 or higher, or a fiend that's level 5 or higher. So the fact that this guy type modulates is pretty solid. And it looks like all of them have the ability to set the metamorph trap directly from the deck, allowing you to pop off from there. Next we have Approaching the Machine. It's a normal spell. You can only use the second effect of this card once a turn. Add one monster that mentions exchange the metamorph or a metamorph trap directly from your deck or grave to your hand. If you control a metamorph trap, You can banish this card from your graveyard, target one opponent's defensive monster, change it to attack position. Second effect does not matter, but the first effect, to add one monster dimensions exchange or one metamorph trap, is just pretty solid. This seems pretty consistent. All the monsters search the trap card, which is essential for the deck, and the spell card even searches it. So that's 4 cards searching this metaphor trap. So I hope the metaphor trap is pretty good. So this is the metaphor trap. This is exchange reflection, armor / exchange metamorph, normal trap card. You can only use the first effect of this card once per name. Activated by tributing one face of monster. Spell summon one monster that can't be normal summon / set that mentions exchange metamorph from your hand, deck, or graveyard. Then you can equip this card to it as an equip spell. Equip monsters gain 400 attack and defense. Your opponent can target it with monster and spell effects. Also, it can be destroyed by monster and spell effects. That's pretty solid. It basically makes it a Chaos Max that gains 400. That's pretty solid. And then also it's unaffected by spells, which is basically pretty awesome. Then we have Time Engine. This is another metamorphic trap. It's always treated as one. If a monster you control is destroyed by battle or opponent's card effect, target them, spell summon it. Then if you have a level 5 or higher machine monster and you have another metamorph trap on the field or graveyard, you can destroy as many monsters your opponent controls as possible and then inflict damage equal to the attack monster summoned. Overall, this support seems pretty interesting. It seems pretty decent. I think by itself it isn't good enough, but I think as an engine, I can definitely see other decks splashing it. Like, if they don't really require a normal summon, I can definitely see them playing this. Like, having the ability to have either a monster negate that burns or a double pop seems pretty decent. I think the best card is definitely the metal Red Eyes Black Full Metal Dragon. So maybe the idea is they could play like a small engine to cheat this guy out, so that basically when your opponent activates any card, it's any card effect, it's not just monster. So he's an Omni Negate. That's actually really insane, honestly, if you think about it. Because you could be playing like the metal copycat, into this dude. I think you just having a free Omni Negate of like this small little normal summon engine. That doesn't seem too bad at all, actually. I think this engine might be seen in some trap decks. But other than that, I think by itself, it seems cool, but we'll have to see where it goes from here. But that's usually where I'm in the video, but I'm a little late to the party. All these cards were revealed last night, so we have some more to go over. So next we have Tuna Perunu. This is a new level 2 water aqua effect monster, 450 attack, 500 defense. You can only use this effect on this card's name once per turn. If this card is in your hand, you can target one water monster in your monster zone. Destroy that monster you control. And if you do, spell summon this card to the zone name was. Then you can destroy all face-up cards in the same column. So, there's some really interesting column placements. It's a level 2, so hey, maybe some of their sprite usage. And it's I believe it's an aqua, so hey, totally awesome. Can be used to make material with this guy. Overall, it seems really interesting. I like him. I like his little artwork. One eyeball. Seems really awesome. We'll have to see how he works going forward, but I like him. He seems nice. Next, we have another water monster. This card is Dream Absorber. This is a new level 2 water fairy effect monster. 0 attack, 0 defense. You can only use the first effect of this card once a turn. If your opponent activates a monster effect in the hand or graveyard or banishment, spell summon this card from your graveyard if it was there when the effect was activated, or hand, even if not, destroy it during the end phase. Each time your opponent activates a monster effect, this card gains 1,000 attack immediately after it resolves. So it doesn't negate nothing, it's just a level 2 that gets bigger when your opponent activates shit. It's a level 2 extender, I can say that. I can see this as like sprite card just because your opponent's going to have interruptions for you. So like if you're trying to go second or try to go first and your opponent hand traps you, you can just spell summon this guy from the hand as a level 2 extender. Like sometimes sprites get stopped because they clear your normal summon. So if they do that, you can just be like, cool, spell summon out Dream Absorber, and keep going. Overall, seems pretty cool. I like them. I like both new level 2s. I definitely like the one eyeball guy better, just because he's actually interruption, but it seems pretty cool. Next we have Protostar Dragon of the Void. It's a new Super Poly target, more Super Poly. Protostar Dragon of the Void is a level 8 Light Dragon Fusion Effect monster, 2500 attack, 2500 defense. 1 light or dark monster plus a dragon monster. You can only use the first and second red discard once a turn. And this card is Fusion Summon. You can target cards your opponent controls up to the number of light and dark monsters used as a material, destroy them. And then if this card becomes banished, target one level 4 light or dragon monster you control becomes level 8. So overall, the best part about this is that it's basically Chimera that's a Super Poly. If you don't know, Chimera is a really amazing monster. It can be targeted if Poly's engraved, and it pops 2, draws 1, or it pops 1, draws 2. Really great card, but it can't be used as Super Poly material because it requires monsters from the hand that you control. Now this card just says, hey, your opponent has light and dark dragon monsters on the field. You can just Super Poly them away, and you get to pop their field too, which is pretty insane. So good luck Rockets ever becoming meta again. Next, we have a brand new Union Pilot. This guy looks badass as hell. He's flying a jet. The new level 5 Machine Union Effect Monster. Union Pilot can only use a second effect discard once a turn. Once a turn, you can either target one effect monster control, equip this card to that target, or unequip this card, special summon it. If the equipped monster would be destroyed by a card effect, destroy this card instead. The second effect is you can return this equipped card to the hand. Equip one Banish Union monster to the appropriate monster you control as if it was equipped by the Union monster's effect. And if you do, special summon this card from your hand. Seems like a really cool Union support. It is a level 5, so if you play the Galaxy Eyes Galaxy Soldier engine, it's an easy way to access Infinity. Overall, I like it. It goes well with the brand new Union support that we already got revealed, and I'm really excited to see where people go from here. Next, we have the last card we have revealed, which is N Exchanging Morganite. This is a normal spell card. Apply these effects for the rest of the duel. You can't activate monster effects in the hand, which I think the other Morganite does the same thing. Each monster, you can make up to 2 attacks on monsters during each battle phase. And then if you can monster battles an opponent's monster, any battle damage inflicted to your opponent is doubled. You banish this card from your graveyard, add 1 Morganite card from your deck to hand, then place 1 card from your hand to the bottom of the deck. That seems pretty solid. Basically, I guess the idea is that you want to have, I think the new engine now, if you're playing Time Thief Morganite, is that you play 3 of this and 1 Time Thief, because you can activate this. Basically, yes, you can activate cards from hand, but you make every monster you control gets 2 attacks on monsters during the battle phase, and you do double the damage forever. And then this card can just banish itself from grave, and then just search out the other Morganite, and then you get another double summon, and you get to draw 2 every turn. This is actually a really, really cool engine now if you're playing Time Thief Morganite. We all thought Time Thief Morganite was cool when it first released, but then no deck ended up playing it. But now we have a more incentive to play. Like, okay, you thought drawing 2 every turn and having 2 normal summons wasn't good enough? Well, how about every monster can attack twice up to and get double damage? That's pretty solid, I'm not gonna lie. I definitely think the new engine now is 3 of this and then 1 Time Thief Morganite, just because there's nothing that says you can't activate both effects. So there's nothing saying you can't activate Time Thief. End Exchanging Morganite. Search. You apply its effects. Banish this card from grave. Get Time Thief Morganite. Play that one, and then you just get 2 normal summons, and you just pop off from there. So I think this card's really insane. You tell me in the comments what you think. Hope you all enjoyed. Don't think stupid. I'll see you next one. Bye bye.